Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into something I know a lot of you are thinking about. How to launch a podcast that attracts listeners and builds authority.
Yeah, it's such a powerful way to connect, isn't it? For business, for just getting your voice out there. It feels really direct.
It really does.
Yeah.
And you don't need like a big media background, a smart approach, a system. That's what leads to a show that actually resonates.
Absolutely. And that's what we're aiming for in this deep dive, giving you that framework, cutting through the fluff,
Exactly. What really makes a difference?
We'll cover finding your corner, really getting who you're talking to, nailing that core message people connect with.
Plus the gear, what you actually need versus what you don't, crafting content that keeps people hooked.
And crucially, how to get it found. Publishing, promotion, all that good stuff. This is based on, well, what actually works in the field.
Because that initial clarity, that foundation, it's everything.
It really is. So many shows fizzle out because they skipped this part. You need that vision before you hit record.
Okay, let's dive right in then. Defining your podcast niche. This is kind of the sweet spot, right? Where your expertise, your passion, and what the market actually wants, where they meet.
Yeah, finding that intersection. It's not just what you want to talk about, but what people are actively looking for.
And resisting that urge to appeal to everyone. That's a big one.
Oh, huge. It's counterintuitive maybe, but trying to be everything to everyone often means you're, well, nothing specific to anyone.
Right. A tight niche helps you connect deeply with the right people.
You need that clear identity, that promise that makes someone think, this is the show for me.
So how do you validate that niche idea? We've got like 4 quick questions you should ask yourself.
Okay, lay them on us.
First, is there actual interest? Like, are people talking about this on social media, searching for it? Are there communities around it?
Good starting point. What's next?
Second, do you bring something unique? What's your angle, your specific expertise?
Yeah, why should they listen to you on this topic?
Third, sustainability. Can you realistically come up with, say, at least 30 episode ideas around this? Is there enough meat on the bone?
That's a great reality check. Prevents hitting a wall after 10 episodes.
And finally, fourth, does it align with your bigger goals? Your brand, your business, whatever it might be.
Those 4 really help narrow it down. And building on that, you can do a sort of market gap analysis.
That sounds fancy, but it's basically just looking at what's already out there. Right?
Exactly. Check out existing podcasts in your potential area. Where are the gaps? What aren't they covering that people are asking about in, say, Facebook groups or forums?
Being a bit of a detective. So instead of just personal finance...
Maybe it's personal finance for new parents, super specific, addresses unique pressures.
Or not just marketing, but hospitality marketing, finding that underserved angle.
Right, or even in health, instead of general wellness, maybe it's migraine relief strategies. You find a dedicated audience that way.
There's a great story of the health host who was doing general wellness.
Yeah, and she wasn't getting much traction. Then she narrowed it right down to menopause fitness.
And boom, found her tribe. Because she offered something specific they couldn't easily find elsewhere.
That specialization is powerful. It creates your unique value proposition, your UVP. What makes your show different?
It's about finding that blue ocean, right? Where there isn't a ton of competition fighting over the same listeners.
Precisely. Less noise, more space to stand out.
Okay, niche defined. What's next? Seems like knowing who you're talking to is pretty vital.
Absolutely fundamental. Creating your ideal listener avatar. This informs almost everything else.
Right, giving them a name, a story, making them real.
Yeah, don't just think millennials interested in tech. Get specific. Like visualize one person. How old are they? What's their job? Family. Habits.
What keeps them up at night?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. What transformation are they looking for?
And crucially, don't just guess. Go find out. Use surveys, hang out in online communities where they are, run polls, maybe even interview a few people who fit the profile.
Get real insights. Avoid assumptions.
Exactly. Take Side Hustle Sam. We picture him, right? 32, marketing manager, wants to build an online business but struggles with time and focus.
Listens on his commute, needs actionable advice, episodes under 40 minutes.
Prefers clear steps at the end. He's active in certain Facebook groups, goes to virtual networking things. Knowing all that helps you tailor everything.
So once you have that picture, Sam, or whoever your avatar is, you need to find where they hang out online.
Yeah, where do the Sams of the world gather? Specific subreddits, LinkedIn groups, maybe Discord or Slack channels, certain hashtags.
And the really smart move is engaging there before you launch.
Yes. Don't just show up day one saying, listen to my podcast. Add value first, answer questions, join conversations authentically.
Build relationships.
Yeah,
Learn their language, their actual pain points. It's gold for content ideas later.
totally. Builds a receptive audience and sharpens your understanding.
Okay, so niche listener.
Yeah.
Now, the core message. This is like the podcast's promise, isn't it?
It is. It's the central theme, the guiding principle. What can listeners consistently expect from you?
There's that handy formula for a positioning statement.
Right. This podcast helps your specific audience achieve a desired outcome through your unique format or approach.
So for Side Hustle Sam, it might be, this podcast helps busy professionals build sustainable side hustles through 20-minute actionable strategies and weekly challenges.
Perfect. Clear audience, clear benefit, clear method. And that positioning influences everything, especially the name.
Oh yeah, the name is huge. Needs to be clear, but also kind of memorable.
Avoid the generics, like the Entrepreneur Podcast. Tells you nothing specific.
Compared to something like Zero to Launch, 15-minute strategies for first-time founders. Instantly clear who it's for, the benefit, even the format.
Exactly. And watch out for common pitfalls here, like over-promising things you can't deliver.
Or topic dilution, trying to cover too much and confusing people.
And definitely avoid just copycatting popular shows. Find your distinct angle. That's what attracts the right listeners.
That specificity is actually a strength, isn't it? It doesn't limit you. It focuses your appeal.
Absolutely. The right people find it, they resonate deeply, they share it with similar people. That's how you get real engagement and organic growth.
And everything needs to align: the title, the cover art, the episode format, even the music. It all sends a message.
Creates consistency and trust. Listeners know what they're getting.
So nailing these three niche listener core message, that's the real foundation before you even think about mics and software.
That's the bedrock. Get that right, and you're miles ahead.
All right, foundation laid. Let's talk gear. Sound quality. It matters, right? First impressions and all that.
It really does. It builds trust, signals professionalism. Even with amazing content, bad audio can be a major turnoff.
But you don't need like a pro studio setup from day one. I remember hearing about Pat Flynn starting pretty simply.
Exactly. He built a huge show from home with fairly basic gear initially. Good sound is achievable without breaking the bank.
So what are the key pillars here? Hardware, software.
Yeah, basically three things. Hardware, mainly your microphone. Software, your DAW for recording and editing. And your recording environment, the room itself.
Okay, let's start with the mic. Seems like the biggest piece of the hardware puzzle.
It often is. It's where your voice actually enters the digital world. There are two main types you'll hear about: dynamic and condenser.
Dynamic. That's the workhorse. Better for untreated rooms.
Generally, yes, they're good at rejecting sound from the sides and back so less room noise gets in. You usually need to speak quite close to them, which gives that warm kind of radio voice sound.
Like the Shure SM7B everyone talks about. Or maybe the Rode PodMic for a bit less.
Exactly, those kinds of mics. Condensers, on the other hand, are more sensitive.
They pick up more detail, but also more background noise if your room isn't great.
That's the trade-off. Great in a treated space, but tricky otherwise. They often need phantom power, too. Think like the Blue Yeti, popular, but maybe not the best starter choice for an untreated room.
So when choosing, what factors matter? Polar pattern. Cardioid is common.
Yeah, cardioid picks up mostly from the front. Frequency response matters. That presence boost helps speech clarity. Connectivity USB is simple. XLR offers more flexibility later. Durability. And budget, of course.
Budget. Allocate maybe 40–60% of your initial gear fund to the mic?
That's a reasonable guideline. And don't forget supporting gear.
Right. Headphones close back so the sound doesn't leak into the mic.
Crucial. And a boom arm is super helpful for positioning. Plus, a pop filter stops those harsh P&B sounds.
So setups could range, like a Samsung Q2U for maybe under $150 total to start.
Yeah, that's a solid budget option. Mid-range, maybe a Rode PodMic with an interface like a Focusrite Scarlett Solo headphones. Maybe $300, $350.
And pro level, you're looking at the SM7B, better interface, better headphones, maybe $800 plus.
Something like that. Our side hustle Sam, remember, he went budget smart.
Right. Samsung Q2U, basic headphones, boom arm, pop filter, around $250.
Yeah. But crucially, he also spent a bit on basic acoustic treatment for his space, because the room matters just as much.
Okay, mic sorted. Now software. The DIW Digital Audio Workstation.
Yep, where you record and edit. For beginners, Audacity is fantastic, free, cross-platform, does the essentials.
Or GarageBand if you're on a Mac. Also free and pretty intuitive.
Then if you grow, you might look at something like Hindenburg Journalist designed for podcasters, or Adobe Audition for more pro features.
What about remote guests? That's so common now.
Big consideration. Standard video calls often have flaky audio. Dedicated platforms are way better.
Like Riverside.fm, Squadcast, Zencastr, they record separate tracks locally.
Exactly, double enders. So even if the internet glitches, you get clean audio from each person. Usually costs like $15–30 a month, but worth it for quality remote interviews.
So free software gets you started, affordable ads features, premium gives you the works, but with its steeper learning curve.
That's a good summary. And after recording, there's post-production.
Noise reduction, EQ, compression, normalization. Sounds technical?
It can be, but there are simpler tools too. Things like Auphonic or Isotope RX Elements can do a lot of the basic cleanup pretty automatically. Takes the guesswork out.
And when you export, MP3 is standard.
Yeah, MP3 for distribution. Around 128 kilobps, mono for just voice is fine, maybe 192 kilobps stereo if you have music. But always keep your original WAV files, the uncompressed masters. Good for repurposing later.
Okay, final pillar. The recording environment. The room itself.
Hugely important, even with a great mic. A bad room introduces echo, reverb, noise.
So smaller rooms are better. Soft furnishings help absorb sound.
Definitely. Couches, curtains, carpets, bookshelves, they all help break up reflections. Avoid echoey spaces like bathrooms or kitchens.
You can hang moving blankets or use acoustic panels.
Yeah, those work well. Even a rug on a hard floor makes a difference. Reflection filters behind the mic can help too, especially for portability.
And having a consistent workflow helps manage all this. Plan, script outline, test gear.
Record, rough edit, final edit with music, add metadata, upload, schedule, promote. Having a system saves so much time and stress.
File management too. Keep things organized. Raw audio, edited files, assets.
And backups. At least one local, one cloud. Absolutely essential.
I heard about someone turning a closet into a booth with blankets and foam.
Yeah, it can make a huge difference. Doesn't have to be expensive, just thoughtful. Reducing echo and noise is key.
So the takeaway is, start smart, focus on what listeners hear, develop good habits. You don't need perfection day one.
Exactly. Deliver that core message clearly. Invest where it counts. Build from there.
Okay, gear sorted, rooms optimized. Now the content itself, making it compelling. How do you grab someone right from the start?
That first impression is vital. Think about an opener like, welcome to Side Hustle Success. Today, Sarah shares the one strategy that took her side hustle to 6 figures while working full-time.
Right. Short, benefit-driven, creates intrigue. Under 30 seconds.
Listeners expect value, delivered professionally. They're often busy, multitasking. You need to respect their time and attention.
And structure matters. Every episode needs a journey, a purpose. The format really shapes that connection.
Absolutely. Think about Side Hustle Sam again. He needs efficiency. A rambling hour-long chat might not work for his commute.
So formats: solo, co-hosted, interview, narrative. They all have pros and cons.
Yeah, solo's great for deep expertise. Co-hosted brings dynamic. Interviews offer varied perspectives. Narrative is immersive. Mixed formats keep things fresh. Choose based on your content, your strengths, and your ideal listener.
There's that 5-part blueprint that's pretty useful for structure.
Right. 1, teaser cold open, hook. 2, intro and promise, what's in it for them. 3, core content, maybe in labeled segments. 4, recap and takeaway, reinforce key points. 5, call to action and sign off.
Keeps things organized and purposeful. And that ABT method for flow but therefore.
Yeah, great for intros and transitions. You know you need social media, but finding time is hard. Therefore, here are 3 time-saving techniques. Creates tension and leads to the solution. Simple, but effective.
And writing for the ear. That's different from writing for the eye, isn't it?
Totally. You need sonic signposts. Verbal cues, like first, let's talk about, or moving on to, because listeners can't see headings.
Use shorter sentences.
Yeah.
Active voice.
Yeah.
Conversational language.
Exactly. Less formal than written text. Make it sound natural, like you're actually talking to someone.
And asking open-ended questions. That unlocks the good stuff, especially in interviews.
Oh, yeah. Not just, did you enjoy that? But walk me through the biggest challenge you faced. Gets real stories, real insights.
Speaking of interviews, how do you make them truly compelling conversations, not just Q&As?
Preparation is key. Go beyond the bio. Find those golden threads, unique angles, stuff they haven't talked about a million times.
And during the interview, active listening.
Absolutely. Mirroring key phrases, summarizing to check understanding, using strategic silence to let them think. It fosters real dialogue.
Sending guests a brief beforehand helps too. Tech requirements, talking points.
Definitely. Reduces anxiety, ensures better audio. Have a run of show, but be flexible. Let the conversation breathe.
And using your voice pace, volume, emphasis that keeps things engaging.
Hugely important. Vary your delivery. Slow down for key points. Use pauses effectively. And have bridging phrases ready if you need to steer back to the topic gently.
Okay, recording's done.
Yeah.
Editing time. Breaking it down into passes seems less daunting.
Yeah, like a structural edit, first get the main pieces in order, then a clarity edit, remove filler words, tighten transitions, finally the polish, edit music, levels, final tweaks.
And common issues like plosives, P sounds, echo, uneven volume, they can usually be fixed or minimized in the edit.
Most of them, yeah. EQ, noise reduction, compression. These tools help clean things up.
But don't overdo it.
Right. Maintain authenticity. Don't edit out all the natural pauses or laughs. Keep it human.
Exactly. Set some rules for yourself, like maybe only removing ums if they're really distracting. And sound design music, stingers use it to add polish, but don't let it overpower the content. Clarity first.
Okay, content crafted, edited, polished. Now, getting it out there. Hosting and distribution. The two critical steps to bridge the gap between your finished audio and the listener's ears.
So hosting is like the podcast's digital home, where the files live.
Precisely. Specialized services designed for audio files. They generate your RSS feed, handle delivery, give you analytics. Much better than just using a standard website server.
And the RSS feed.
Yeah.
That's the magic link that updates everything.
Basically, yeah. It's a file containing all your show info and episode links. Podcast apps check this feed constantly for new episodes. It's the backbone of podcasting.
So when choosing a host, what features matter? RSS management, bandwidth, analytics, support.
Uptime, easy directory submission, scheduling, pricing, all important. You need reliability and the features that fit your needs now and, ideally, allow for growth.
Lots of options out there. Spotify for podcasters, Anchor is free. Good starting point.
Yep, very accessible. Then you have Buzzsprout, Libsyn, Captivate, offering different features at different price points. Buzzsprout's often cited as a good balance.
Like Side Hustle Sam chose. Good mix of features and usability for him.
Exactly, it fit his needs. Think about your future needs, too, though. Switching hosts later is possible, but can be a bit tricky.
So, host chosen. Now, setting up your profile on their platform, cover art is first.
Big one. Square, 3,000 by 3,000 pixels ideally, under 500 KB. Needs to look good small, represent your show, fit your brand.
And choosing the right categories, that helps people find you.
Definitely. Helps the directories classify your show and recommend it appropriately.
Then publishing an episode. Upload audio, add title, description, schedule it. Verify the tech specs, loudness, MP3 format.
Yeah, aim for around Magna16 LUFS for loudness consistency. 128 kbps MP3 for mono voice is standard. Good hosting platforms often help with this.
And metadata is crucial for discovery. Keywords in the description, descriptive titles.
Transcripts are great too for accessibility and SEO. Consistent episode numbering helps navigation.
What about ID3 tags, embedded in the file itself?
Yeah, it's like backup, info title, artist, episode number, artwork right in the MP3. Good practice to include them. Most editors or hosts can handle this.
Okay, hosted. Now distribution, getting it onto Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts.
Right. Those are the big directories that feed most other apps. Submit your RSS feed to them.
Good idea to validate the feed first. Make sure there are no errors.
Definitely. Use an online validator. Saves hassle later. Then submit via Apple Podcasts Connect, Spotify's submission page, Google Podcasts Publisher Center.
And allow some time for approval. Apple might take a few days.
Yeah, be patient. Monitor your email for confirmations or any issues they flag.
That 3+1 launch strategy sounds smart. Trailer first, then 3 episodes on launch day.
Gives directories time to index with the trailer, and then new listeners have something to binge on launch day. Helps with initial traction.
And test everything, different devices, different apps.
Yeah.
Before the big announcement.
Crucial step. Then announce it everywhere. Ask early listeners for ratings and reviews. That social proof helps a lot.
And finally, monitor those analytics, not just downloads, but trends, listener retention.
Exactly. See what's working, where people drop off. Use that data to refine your content and strategy. It's an ongoing process.
Makes sense. Getting the hosting and distribution right sets that essential infrastructure.
It really does. Paves the way for actually reaching your audience.
Okay, published. But people won't just find it magically, right? Promotion time.
Exactly. Strategic promotion is non-negotiable if you want to grow beyond your initial circle. And podcast SEO is a great starting point.
Using keywords and titles, descriptions, but making it sound natural, not just stuffed.
Right. Especially the first 60 characters of the title, prime real estate. Balance keywords with compelling language. Remember that example. Interview with Jane Smith, versus 3 low-budget marketing tactics that generated $50 with Jane Smith. Much better hook.
That hook formula, number plus promise plus obstacle, seems useful for titles.
Yeah, like 5 strategies that work without constant posting. Clear benefit addresses a pain point.
And the first 120 characters of the description act like a mini pitch.
Definitely. Needs your keywords and the core value proposition. Categories matter for recommendations too.
Show notes. More than just a summary. Keyword-rich, takeaways, links, timestamps.
And a clear call to action. What do you want them to do next? Also, internal linking to relevant past episodes keeps people listening longer.
Good point. Beyond SEO, tapping into existing communities. Cross-promotion, guest spots.
Super effective. Find related podcasts, offer to swap promos or be a guest. Leverage audiences already interested in your topic area.
And social media.
Yeah.
Tailor the content for each platform, right?
Yeah.
Not just dumping the same link everywhere.
Absolutely. Short video clips for real stick talk. Twitter threads breaking down ideas. LinkedIn carousels with actionable tips. Make it platform native.
Visuals matter. Needs to look engaging, maybe use animated waveforms or audiograms. And clear captions.
Yes. And always a single clear call to action with an easy mobile link in every post. Tell people exactly what to do.
Email too. That episode sandwich, idea, teaser, announcement, follow-up.
Keeps your show top of mind. Segmenting your list can help too. Maybe offer early access to superfans. Add interactive polls or questions.
Trailer swaps seem like a good collaborative tactic. Focus on audience alignment, not just size.
Exactly. Pitch clearly. Emphasize mutual benefit. Show you've actually listened to their show.
And finally, building community, turning listeners into advocates.
That's the long game. Invite engagement within the episodes, ask them to share takeaways, tag you.
Create dedicated spaces. Facebook group, Discord, offer exclusives.
Yeah, fosters connection. Live Q&As are great too. Make it interactive.
And actively use listener feedback. Answer questions on the show, share success stories.
Makes listeners feel heard and valued. Builds loyalty. And track metrics beyond downloads, listener consumption rate. Maybe run an NPS survey sometimes. See how engaged people really are.
So it's about building momentum through consistent effort across different channels.
It is. Each piece reinforces the others. You're building a platform, not just pushing out episodes.
It really shifts the perspective. It's not just about the download number.
Not at all. It's about the depth of connection, the community you build, the authority you establish, the potential impact your voice can have.
A lot to think about there.
Yeah.
Makes you consider what the real goal is.
It does. So, for everyone listening, thinking about all this, what's the very first concrete step you'll take after hearing this to move your own podcast vision forward?